Hayato ジャーニーや Kenseiden ストーリー。
Thermal Monkey, welcome to the chat. Today we are playing Master Linkuei's Hayato's Journey, which was the first sort of full-length Mega Drive project made with Scorpion Engine. It's still a very good one. I really should see if sometime I can find, if sometime I can take care of an Amiga or Mega Drive Amiga or Neo Geo version. Hi Doxter, welcome to the chat. Hi Skyzer, welcome to the chat. Yeah, so Flibble mentions that the hostages look familiar. I'm sure I've seen them myself from somewhere. I don't know if it's from Shinobi. Most of the art in here comes from Classic Games, because this is an unofficial sequel to a Master System game called Kenseiden or Kenseiden. I can't remember the exact pronunciation, but it's something like that. Yeah, it's fun trying to imagine how to get this on Amiga. So I definitely want to do AGA. I feel like I would need to add some features to support like that. I mean, I could use AGA sprites for the background and for the fire. Use two 4-color ones, but then I wouldn't have any sprites left for the foreground poles. So yeah, maybe I should ask the source to this and then see how far I can get with an Amiga conversion, and then if I can't get all the way, maybe I could see. Well, it might be time for some more sprite features to support it. Hello, is Doc Dog. Welcome to chat. Hello, Monas. Also, welcome to the chat. Oh yes. So yeah, Stock Dog mentioned the flames look like they're from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The like the beat 'em up game. I think the first level where I think it's April's apartment or the apartment building is on fire. I think so. I mean, this is a this is a retro fan game through and through, and so there are bits and pieces from a lot of places. But yeah, I really love all of the parallax that went into this. Yeah, especially since it was such an early Mega Drive game for the Scorpion. Oh. Oh dear. I can't get him down. Yes. Reminds me a little bit of... Well, I mean, I know it's not the same sprite. It reminds me a little bit of the priest from... Duke Nukem 3D. I'm playing this with maximum lives and maximum continues. I was hoping to see how far I can get, and then can I use I do have arrows. I'm out of arrows now. Not sure how to use the magic. Electricity. Oh, the 6 buttons. Okay, well, I've used up all of my special attacks, so I'm gonna have to... In fact, I think feels like the bashing is on a timer. So if I can get in just after he does it. I actually made a hurt sound that time. I'm not sure if it's because he's weak or it's just I wasn't doing it right before. Yeah, so the attack animation seems to be on a timer. So if I attack immediately after him and then just, don't bother attacking if I miss. Oops, yeah, I was a bit greedy then. Should have waited for, Okay, I think I got them on the ropes. This might be as far as I've seen. Love the language. Oh, and this would be one that would be fun to implement. So, yeah, those, cloud effects. They're all different parallax layers going in different directions. This sort of transparency, of course, is possible on the Amiga versions with if we have like that checkerboard checkerboard transparency. In fact, I was pretty sure that I think Mixel has done something similar on one of the Creeping Me Out demos, where there's clouds that are, this sort of pseudo transparency. Skyzoo's mentioned the music is from Ninja Spirit. I think around the time this came out, I just added support for the XGM driver so the XGM driver comes from SGDK. It's actually the only bit of SGDK that's in Scorpion Engine. And I think with that you can basically play back rips for any yeah, I mean any certainly just about any Mega Drive game. Maybe even ones that weren't made for Mega Drive if the sound chips were similar. I'm not quite sure. Oh, I'm doing not doing very well this time. I mean, I've got plenty of arrows. Maybe I should use arrows on some of those tricky bits. Okay, yep. Ah. Something I tend to struggle with a lot on these retro-style games is the death jump. Where you, you jump across a platform and then you get knocked back. Now, I wish I knew how to do that. Oh. From Monkey says, I think it expands sound effects from 1 to 4 at a time, extreme if that's correct. So, regarding that, the Mega Drive has something like 5 or 6 FM channels plus... Oh! There's around 5 or 6 FM channels plus like a noise channel plus a I think one of those FM channels you can use for samples. What XGM does and what is like some other drivers like MDSDRV do is they allow you to play multiple samples back simultaneously by down mixing them. So even though there's only one sample channel, you can play multiple samples on it at the same time. I think it's the same principle as on Amiga. There's Octamed, which is eight channel music, even though there's only 4 sample channels on Amiga. By like at real time remixing the music channels. Well, like at real time mixing 2 channels down to 1. Well, how did I think I threw sword somehow? But... yeah, I was trying to work out how to do that at real time. Okay, I got it. So when he starts falling, there's a frame where his hand is on the sword. So if I hit that, oops, it didn't really help me. If I hit that at the right time, it will do the spinning attack. It's a bit like Ninja Gaiden, where the if you sort of go back a little bit, the guy you just killed comes back. Just trying to think how to do that cloud effect on Amiga. One thing I noticed is, like, I mean, they're going in two directions, but I think in each of those directions it's the same speed. Like, it's not like there's different speeds for left and different speeds for right. So what I could probably do on AGA is, so I'd have two full-screen sprites that are just 4 colors, and just have them going in opposite directions. And I kind of want to do, kind of want to ask for the source code and do this for AGA now, but, I guess I've got, too many other things to do. I've already done an AGA port of one of, Master Linkuei's games, which was, Star Wars Holiday. But I think Star Wars Holiday was a lot shorter than this one, so I would have to, yeah, lots more complexity with porting this game, especially with things like these, yeah, these rotating cloud effects. Oops. Oh, that was close. Ah. Oh, that worked much better. Oh no! Skyzoo mentions only 8 sprites on Amiga, yeah. Whereas you've got 80 on Mega Drive. I mean, you can do more with the Amiga sprites than you can with Mega Drive sprites, especially on AGA, but you've got 10 times less of them on Amiga, so that really does restrict sort of how much you can do with them. Well, I mean, how useful sprites are in general. Each individual sprite, you know, on Amiga you can have them the full length of the screen, which you can't really do on Mega Drive. And then, of course, you've got the copper, which makes multiplexing relatively easy. You've got, on Amiga, you've got the end the end words feature for sprites, which makes it easier to like have bullets multiplexing, which is supported in Scorpion Engine. So you can do all those cool things with sprites on Amiga, but you've got hardly any of them. So you know, there's hardly anything. There's you know, you certainly can't use them for every enemy in a game like you can on Mega Drive. Oops. Yeah, the thing I struggle with the most in this game is the, you know, jump from one platform to another and then, you know, immediately get knocked off, because, yeah, because I was just a little bit too slow on the trigger, or, you know, I was doing a spinning attack, but it's still, the spin missed. Oh. It is cool how they can jump up to other platforms like that. I feel like part of the problem is I'm sort of diving straight into the middle of the platform, whereas I probably should be just doing the smallest possible jump. I've seen that ghost before. I think that's art from Ansimus, who made the Gothic Mania art pack, a very prolific artist on open game art and yeah, primarily itch. Actually, I don't know for sure that is the same one, same sprite, but it is very similar. Yeah, if it's not the same sprite, maybe it has the same inspiration or something like that. Go in there? Yep. I don't know if I have to rescue all of the kids, or if it's, I assume it's an optional thing to rescue all the kids, not a mandatory. Oh, extra life, I think. Yeah, this level has a bit of a 3D feel to it because of the maze. Firewall. Destroy it. Oh. Bit like the DVD screensaver. That episode of The Office. Okay, well, we killed each other. Does that mean I have to do it again, or do I get to go to the next level? Okay. I wonder... Oh. I mean, it says go. Maybe I do have to... I don't know. Or maybe not. I don't know. It's weird. I might have broken it a bit. I'm just gonna keep going. Okay. Well, that pushed me out at... Wait, am I back to the start of I am. I'm assuming I don't need to do the fire wheel again, though. Oh. Back to the start and just straight away died again. Ah. Well, at least I've got a ton of arrows for some reason, so that's, Whoop! Ah! I should just be spamming the arrow. Oh! Maybe I got the arrows because I was tapping some of the 6 button controls. Maybe there's a cheat or something accidentally unlocked, but I don't know. That guy give me any health? Really? No, dead. Almost feels a little bit like Shadow of the Beast, where you've got to, you know, just sort of, well, one, the difficulty, but also, just, you know, needing to tap at the right time to get the hit. Ah! Thought I was going to be able to make it back onto the other platform. Maybe what I should do is lure them across. So I jump towards the other platform, jump back, and then I can take them out more easily on the platform I came from. Yeah, so that... Oh! The only problem is it brings that guy back. Oh, and it doesn't do anything anyway, because as soon as they're off screen, they spawn anyway. So I've got to keep going. I can't just sort of try to trick them by... Oh. Oh, that was close. Okay, I'm nearly past the bit where I have to go into the house. I won't go into the house this time. I don't think I need to with the fire wheel gone. It is a very hard game. I think I might be getting better at it slowly. Okay, this is definitely as far as I've been. And I do recognize this art set. Oh, Skyju said the last music was Legend of Cage. This art set, at least the foreground, is very much Ansamusa's Gothic Vania. I'm not sure what the background is from. I mean, I assume it's a different retro game. Oh, I was about to say this one feels a little bit easier than the last one, but then I guess that boulder came down. I mean, I suppose maybe except for the boulders, this feels a lot easier because there's not so many death jumps. And the skeletons aren't quite as lethal as some of those other enemies. I do think it's quite good when, like, there's sort of varying difficulty in a game, where you have some really hard spots and then it gets a little bit more lenient. Oh, I don't want to jinx it. Thermal Monkey said the background might be from Shinobi's horse stage. There is a horse stage in this, so that would not surprise me. If this is where it came from. Alright. Kinda sad I have to kill a dove, or I assume that was a dove. Okay, now what was... I think this is where I died last time.
Thank you, Hayato-san.
Oh, that's cool. I wonder how long that lasts for. Lightsaber. Oh, well, has some sort of laser throwing effect. It's not really a lightsaber. Okay. Oh, there's a kid down there. Is it safe for me to jump down there? Barely. Man, I hope I get to keep this for the game. This is really making things a little bit easier. Okay, I got some rain here. It's kind of a cool effect. Just you know, it's just sprites being shot across the screen. There's nothing, you know, there's nothing too fancy about it. But it is a cool it is cool atmosphere. I don't know what I meant to do there. Oh no, I lost... Wait, can I still get that? I need my laser sword. Okay, so I can lose it. Yeah, I don't know where I'm meant to go here. Oh, you can't... Okay, so there is... I don't know, I wonder if there was supposed to be like a Like, what do you... well, I guess I'm going to have to do a leap of faith. I presume there's meant to be a... Whoops. Like a floating platform or something? Oh, I think I see... Yeah, of course, I can... If I time it right, I should be able to do a double jump. There we go, that's had it. Oh! I'm back to the start of the level, I think. Yeah, that's... That is something that frustrates me about the game, is that, you know, that was a hard jump. I'd done it perfectly, and then, you know, straight away get killed by, an enemy I wasn't able to, you know, attack in time because I was still recovering from the jump. I hope I can get that laser sword again. That was, yeah, this is a really long level as well. I think I'm eating my words a bit when I said this felt like a, you know, reprieve from, the previous levels. Excuse me. I don't know if this is my last life overall, or if, I don't know if that's my last life overall, if I have one more continue. If I've got one more continue, I will use it. Otherwise, when I die, that will be, oh, how do I... Oh! I got it, I lost it straight away. I couldn't pick it up again. Oh well. What? Ah. I wonder if I'm really supposed to... Yeah, those birds do hurt me. I was wondering if it was like a dove or something, but no, that whatever it is, that is lethal. Definitely needed all that energy.
Thank you, Hayato-san.
Okay, so this was the jump. Oh! So I hit... Okay, so I've got one more continue. And then once this continue is up, I'll move on to something else. So I've been playing it a good 40 minutes. This is a now I'm probably not even, you know, halfway through the game. It is a reasonably long game. Oh! Nearly got me.
Thank you, Hayato-san.
Ah, no. Oh, all the way back. I feel like this level really could have used a checkpoint. Especially, like, you know, right before the jump. Ah! I knew it was coming, I jumped at the wrong time, and then instant death. Nearly the same death again. It is like Shadow of the Beast, and you got to get the timing just right. I think it gave me a life? I don't know. I'm not actually sure. Oh. It didn't mean to fall through. Maybe I can, at least I can kill the guy from that angle. Is it going to come back if I go all the way around? I guess it doesn't matter so much because I got my laser sword again, and hopefully I can hold on to it this time. No! Get the laser sword. Okay. And I guess I can destroy those boulders with the laser sword. And that might help with the big jump. Oh, and the health, I need that. Okay. No! Oh, alright, back to the start of level again. That was close.
Thank you, Hayato-san.
Yeah, give me arrows this time. Ah! Alright, back to start level. I really like that convenience that's in some modern games where if you get knocked off the edge, it puts you back on the edge, but you lose some health rather than it being a full death. Let them fall down.
Thank you, Hayato-san.
Yeah, very happy to have the laser sword. Hopefully I can hold on to it. Whoa. And my computer glitched out for a second. Now what's in these boxes? We've got another laser sword. Some arrows. Oh, I'll take it. Hopefully I can keep the laser sword until the big jump, so that should help with all of the things that are on the other side of the big jump. That health is always appreciated. Alright, fall down here. The skeleton. Oh, I'm losing a sword. There we go. I think I can kill... Yeah, I can kill the fireballs with the sword, so that's good to know. I wonder if I can kill the fireballs with every sword. I presume I can. Wish there was a cheat where I could just get this at any time. Okay, so got to the big jump. Okay, the laser sword helped a lot there. Okay. Is that the end of the level? Okay, that was the end of the level. Okay. And finally to this, horse stage. Oh. Now, I wonder where that horse is from. If that's from Shinobi or Back to the Future Part 3. I know there was a horse riding section in what's it called? Not the game that was like Shadow of the Beast but wasn't. Wrath of the Demon. Oh. Got a bit confused by the messaging. Yeah, did that give me an extra life? I hope it did. Whoops. Whoop! Oh no! Okay, that does give me an extra... Ah! That does give me an extra life, but of course I died straight away. Nope. It's too early. Give that life. Ah! Oh, whoa. Well, I jumped way too early, but fortunately I was able to fast forward over it. Ah. Ah! Second yeah. So half the time when I die, it's because I, you know, I got the life, but I wasn't down in time to be able to jump again. It's not getting faster, is it? That's just my imagination. I mean, maybe it is? Ah! Alright. Ah! One of mentions progress bar would be good. That would be cool, yeah. I've been streaming for 55 minutes. I might call it quits on this game at the hour mark. Because at the moment I'm just sort of recycling lives. Because, I mean, this is a really hard stage, but it is giving me extra lives. Actually, it reminds me a little bit, I think at least on the Amiga version, the Aladdin's Cave was kind of the same, because it was really hard. It was like a Battletoads type level, but, you know, you could get lives to restart. I know I'm sounding frustrated about the difficulty, but I do really enjoy this game, and I would love to, you know, have a crack at Amiga version. feel like those rocks could be adjusted so they don't spawn, like, you know, like they spawn at the left side of the screen rather than when they're halfway on the screen. But this game was, you know, released a few years ago now. It hasn't, I don't think it's gonna get any patches. But if it did, it would be good so that the, you know, the rocks don't, you know, the rocks go onto the screen rather than being halfway on the screen when you see them. Oh, it was a little bit too early there. Oh, I pushed the jump just before it hit the ground, and so because it, yeah, because I pushed jump just before it hit the ground, it didn't register the jump, and so, I didn't push it again until it was too late. Ah! One-shot kills, okay. Alright, so, an hour's nearly up. I will make this my last attempt at this horse level. If I die, then that's it. Game over. No, okay, I'm dead. Alright, well that was Hayato's Journey by Master Linkuei. And... Alright, so I'm just going to take a real quick drink. Now, I've got a few things for the next half an hour to an hour I wanted to go through. One was, I have been working on this feature. It is not ready yet for, you know, I haven't done a build yet, primarily because I'm not really happy with the way it's configured. I need to add some commands into code blocks for it. But it is, so one of the things that I really need to implement is this sort of parallax floor. So, you know, fighting games, you know, often have flaws like this. You know, I think on Amiga, Elfmania might be the one that was sort of, you know, had the most famous effect like this. But also, you know, being able to tilt or, you know, curve the floor is something that you sort of need for an outrun type game. And of course, you can do all this on the Mega Drive Scorpion engine anyway, but it's all very manual. You sort of have to have a good understanding of how the you know, the Mega Drive VDP works in regards to line scrolling. So I have done a rough demo. I don't think the demo works anymore for Mega Drive with, you know, this sort of line scrolling thing, but I do need to make it work on Amiga, so I'm most of the way there with it's blitting it line by line rather than scrolling it, so that if you've got you've got a bob on there, it's not going to make that bob scroll with it. And that's sort of how Lotus works, other racing games on Amiga. I think that's why they tend to be 25 frames a second. Yeah, and also, like, I need to fix. Well, there's a few things I need to be able to add. Like, I noticed that the vanishing point isn't there. The vanishing point will be like up here, and so that should be scrolling towards that vanishing point. There's a whole bunch of things I need to add, and in regards to racing games, I'm probably going to make it a different mechanic. I had this idea where you could, for like an outrun type game, where you could sort of draw the course, and then you could have like all sorts of like really smooth curves and then sharp jaggy curves. What I really want to avoid is in some racing games it sort of looks like it just curves to the left and curves to the right. It doesn't feel like a real road. It doesn't sort of have that uh proper almost like a pseudo 3D perspective to the road. I think Lotus does it really well. Some other games don't. Hills will come eventually, but that's almost like an entirely separate thing, being able to stretch and squeeze the lines. So that hills will come later down the line, but my uh, um, immediate priority is just getting the floor working, and then maybe getting like the ability to draw like a racetrack that you can then drive on. Doctor says, will it work with the flag 2, for instance, or as animation you would best bet? This is configured as a panel, so I've got a panel called a floor. It's compatible with any other panel, so like you can still have sprite parallax, you can still have like top and bottom panels. You might not be able to use it with water. Like, it might not really be compatible with the water background on some platforms. It probably will be on Amiga, maybe not on Mega Drive or Neo Geo, because water needs access to the horizontal interrupts, whereas line scrolling on Amiga it does not. So the idea is, this is just you have a thing that you say, okay, well, I want this floor panel here, and then it puts it in, and then it will scroll left and right. I may need to put some things in so that, like, for example, if I had a character standing on it, it would need to redraw the background, but not his feet, because the feet are this bit of the floor is redrawn every frame. So there are things that I still need to sort out. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. I know with Scorpion Engine there's a lot of smaller things that are still important that I need to solve, but sometimes it sort of comes down to, well, I'm putting a lot of effort in so that an animation uses 90 kilobytes of chip RAM rather than the 95. I do want to put more effort into features for the kinds of games that just aren't possible on Scorpion Engine at the moment. So it's just not possible to make a Outrun clone on Scorpion Engine for Amiga right now. I do want to try to knock out some of those big, make it so that lots of these kind of games you just couldn't make with Scorpion Engine, you can make them up to a degree. I'll probably never really have it so that it can make like a full Doom clone. But these genres that are popular for Amiga and popular for Mega Drive, Neo Geo, other platforms, but you just can't make them with Scorpion Engine yet. I want to put more effort into that. And that, of course, means that, like, this feature you can you'd be able to reuse just about anywhere. Like, I think Shadow of the Beast or some other games had like a grass layer that was had a little bit of parallax, so like the front was moving much faster than the back, and then compared to the player. So yeah, that's um I think that's all I really needed to speak about that. So yeah, that's not ready yet. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like. It might be a few days before I release the floor. I might hold off until I've gotten like an outrun demo running on it. So um, the other thing I was going to do, I need to keep moving on Halo Zero, and as you know, I did sort of promise I would do this, and I've done a demo, but I haven't really continued working on it, on a regular basis. So I wanted to try to do like at least one little thing for it each time I was on stream. Maybe not as like the whole workshop section, but there is one thing I wanted to talk about, which was just I needed to make it so that the enemies weren't quite as accurate with their shots. From one who says nice stuff. Erok was watching some nice videos on effects this recently, such as Toy Story and Mickey Mouse game, I think on Mega Drive. Um, oh yeah, that's was it Game Hut or and the guy that did Leander on Amiga, he did. I assume he was a demo scener because he did a lot of really amazing looking games for different platforms. Uh, sorry, I've got a I have to report a spam account. Okay, spam account blocked. Oh yeah, and at some stage I won't do that on the stream, but the original Halo Zero had this effect where the planet, like on the title screen, the planet was moving around and scaling a bit. I really need to do something similar here. I've kind of partly done that with the zoom in on the planet, but I think it would be a bit more interesting if I had it as part of the title screen, having like the planet sort of in a shallow orbit. But anyway, so I'll just run across to where the enemies are, and you'll see because they shoot at all sorts of angles. It basically means every kind of angle. It makes it difficult to play in a way where you're sort of dodging them. I need to fix something. That needless shot is kind of hard to see because I haven't really got a color close to that shade of purple. So it picks like one of the grays. I really should try to make that. I mean, I guess I could make that blue. Yeah, I might do that quickly just because it was just annoying me seeing, because that was the color it was picking was like a brown, which isn't yeah, sort of merges into the background too much. So I'm just gonna grab those blue colors from the game palette. Oops. lighter one or the darker one? I think that's the lighter. I need another. No, I'll just run it like that. Hopefully that's easy to see. But the other thing was with the shot, I need to make it so that instead of it being direct, it needs to round to nearest angle. So I already calculate the aim angle. Let's just edit that directly. So we need to round it. So I think this will do. So if I want to round it to multiple of 30, I would do something like set aim angle equals aim angle plus 32. No, plus 50. So half of. So because we want to round it to the halfway point. Then 15, then divided by 30. Then we, well, in fact, because of Scorpion just doesn't really have bed mass, it just does order of operations left to right. So we can go aim angle plus 30, divide that by 30, then multiply that by 30, and that should give us a rounded aim angle. We'll see what that's like. Hopefully that means it's a little bit easier to dodge enemy fire. We might want to round that up to 45 degrees. In fact, I should have done it as 45 degrees to start with, and then if it was too extreme, I could make it a smaller amount. But yeah, basically, because the enemies are just directly shooting wherever you are, it makes it very difficult to dodge between shots. So this hopefully should make it, well, a little bit easier, but also, a little bit more fun. Yeah, the needlers are maybe a little bit easier to see, even if they're not, the exact colors for them. Maybe we should make couldn't really duck underneath the shots. Yeah, they're definitely shooting at the multiples of 30 degrees. Maybe 45 degrees would have been better. Out of ammo. I think that affects me as well, yeah. I mean, yeah, it does make it a bit easy because before, What weird that he's trying to shoot at my feet there. Is there some problem with my rounding? Oh, I think, yeah, it's, I think I know what the problem is. It's, I need to reconfigure one of my lookup tables. I think I deliberately made it so that, where it tries to aim at the Master Chief is lower than it's supposed to be, but we can edit that. So if I go... Let's look at Master Chief. Extend notch. Let's try to work this out. So HSY hit. Just trying to remember how I did the aiming. Am I not using the height as part of the Oh no, I am using height. Okay, so I'm doing heights divided by 2. Minus. Am I doing negative? Why am I doing negative heights there? Just gonna edit this level so I am right near put it yeah, I'll replace the hunter with that. I'll try to work out why it was aiming at my feet. And happens if I go straight to that level. Sounds. Don't actually need any of that now because I've done some fixes there. Set that to play level, and that should get me straight into the action. Still aiming at my feet for some reason. Yeah, that is strange, because it's like it's at a... Edit, sorry, I just wanted to check the, okay, that's a very thin collision box. Do I need to make my, do I need to make this collision box smaller? Okay, so that spawns it at 44, which looks like it's just gonna... It's 47. Should I make it that we can duck underneath it? I guess... Oops. Try it like that. So that at least means I should be able to duck underneath the shots when they're going, you know, directly towards me. But the next question will be is why is it still aiming at my feet some of the time? I think it's some sort of, it might be something to do with the rounding error with the what I'd done. Okay, so I can duck underneath. That's still when I get close. When I get close, it starts aiming down. It must be a difference between. Okay, because I'm not taking into account. Oh. Okay, I think I see the bug here. So I'm not taking into account the height of the projectile. I'm only taking into account the height of the actor, the actor that shot it. So it's comparing the center of the Master Chief with the feet of the elite, which is why the aiming was getting a bit wonky when I was getting close. Okay, now that's made that's made it a lot worse. Because if I'm far away, it's shooting up. Nope. No, okay, sorry. That was actually correct because actor Y, because we've just spawned this, so where we've got new, this is actually referring to the actor it's aiming at. So so the problem is not there. Try that again. I won't spend too much more time on this. It's working conceptually. It's just a little bit weird that when I get particularly close, it is aiming down. That's only when I'm standing up. It's It is only when I'm standing up, isn't it? When I get down... When I get down, it's okay. Okay, so it's a problem with... Have I got Master Chief League stand? Is it because I've got this tagged as a marine? Is it because I've got the top tagged as marine, and so it's tempting to aim at that, which doesn't have a height set? If I just change that tag to none. Let's try that again. Yeah, sorry, I'm wasting too much time on this, but I did want to get this fixed. I think it's because because it's using the torso, which doesn't have a height set as where it's aiming at, which is going to mess up the coordinate system for aiming. No, same thing. Oh, but not all of the time though. Yeah, as soon as I started to duck, it was aiming correct. So there's... Well, I'll just put that back the way it was. Master Chief Leg stand. And why is that? I don't know why that's negative. I'll see what happens if I change it to positive. Oh, actually, I know why it's negative. It's because the coordinate system negative is up. And so, of course, the height has to be negative so that it goes up. Didn't actually change anything anyway, but that was correct before. I'm going to change that to divide by 2 just in case it's struggling with it being a negative number. I can't remember. I think the shifting is is arithmetic, so that it should honor that negative number, but we'll see what happens. I probably should add a condition just to rule out Master Chief Top as being something that it aims at, because it should only ever aim at the legs. Addition if actor equals Chief Top. Actor type. Make a note. Special case, do not target the Master Chief torso. No. Probably should make it so it doesn't throw grenades just while I'm, or move around so much while I'm testing it. Yeah, is it when it gets closer that it starts aiming down, or is it... So if I keep running beyond a certain distance... Yeah, it just seems to... I just want to aim it... Feet. I'm going to try making this absurd, like 160... Oops. Stand. Yeah, I'm going to try making an absurd height to see if it is actually doing anything with the height. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it's just not getting that height, or I don't know. But at least in theory, if this height system was working correctly, it should now be aiming at way above my head. No. Okay, that's interesting. I'm gonna try... Let's go back to here, and let's undo that rounding I did earlier. So that was on the spawn projectile. I'm gonna undo that, and then hopefully what we should see, if it is a rounding error, if it's a problem with how I've got the rounding, then it should... Sorry, if it's a problem with how I've got the rounding, then I should see it shooting way above my head. No, it's still aiming at my feet. In fact... No, that's interesting. It's aiming very, very low. I did undo the negative height, didn't I? It's maybe maybe that isn't working. Maybe this negative isn't working. I go 0 minus heights. Let's try that. There could be some sort of bug where it's not working with setting a negative to an array element. No, just wants to aim at my feet. It's like it's not reading that table at all. Actually, no, it must be because it is detecting that there's a difference. So the aiming angle becomes more extreme when I duck. And I don't understand why that is. That's why it hits. Just going to override that and just see if it's a problem with those lookup tables, then that should what we should be seeing is that the shots should all just go above the Master Chief's head because we're not using this lookup table at all. Okay. Well, that's... So it looks like the lookup table isn't working. And why is that? Have we got... so I've got heights as... Oh, okay, so then that's one problem. I've got it as byte. That should be word, because some of those are more than 128. Well, that's more than 128. So that's the first thing. It's going to be throwing it off. I don't know why I had that set as bytes. But let's go back to... Let's put that back how it was exactly. So go negative heights. Shift, take negative height, shift that right by 1, and then add active Y. And then with this stand set so that to that height, it should be shooting way above my head. And then if that's fixed, then we'll look at our rounding, work out why it's not rounding right. Okay, so that fixed that bug. So if I put it back how it was, I think 88. So let's run that again. And what we should expect to see is shots more or less hitting at my torso. I'll be interested to see if it's slightly up or slightly down. Yeah, I mean, so that aiming is perfect. So that's what it should look like with this the rounding. So if we turn the rounding back on, which is on spawn projectile, in angle plus 15. And divide that by 30, and then multiply that by 30. Okay, so that's looking alright. Yeah, okay, so that is looking as expected, it seems. That's basically what I wanted to do. I might try changing that aim angle to be a little bit more extreme. So we've got 22 divided by 45 times 45. But yeah, I think that's fixed. That has fixed the bug. I guess maybe it was just that I had to set to byte rather than word. There could be a deeper bug where it's not doing the extension that changes a byte into a word, which might explain why I don't know, the rounding wasn't working right. Yeah, let's I'm gonna try doing a whole level playthrough with it set to 45. What I could maybe do for the final release is make it, part of the difficulty. Because, I mean, Halo's got a bunch of difficulties. I could make it so that on the hardest difficulty, the enemies are, like they are originally, they just shoot a direct beeline at you. But otherwise, on the harder difficulties, they have these firing lanes, which are much easier to dodge. Yeah, I think that feels fairly good. I mean, I could maybe change it so that it's like, it's only the easiest difficulty that they're this inaccurate. But it does give a bit more of a chance for dodging. I should use that more vibrant blue for the needler, just just to make it easier to spot still. Oh. Actually, what's the key for... There we go. Pistol. Okay, there is a bug where sometimes, not all... It's a little bit hard to replicate. Sometimes the body gets separated from the torso just for a frame. I wonder if I can quickly fix that. Have a look. So, handler standing, handler ducking. We've got handler top. This is where the Y origin is set. I might take that code. Let's separate that. So I'm going to call this MC fix duck or fix offset. And I'll just paste that in there. And then instead of running that every frame on the Master Chief top, I'm just going to make it a function of the actually, I will make a quick change there. I'll add a label in here. So for base label, and I'm going to call this MC fix offset inner. Add a return here, and then going to add a for each of the master inner equals so what this will do is that for each Master Chief top, it will run this code below here. And I must have accidentally gotten rid of that return. I'll put that return back in because we don't want it to actually run that code down there. And so that means well, I need to run it in spawn MC, so go sub and then fix MC fix offset, and then I want to put this in the handlers as well. For every time I change is ducking, I want to go sub fix MC offset. Has just ducked? I don't know if I need that anymore. I don't even know where that variable is. Oh, here we go. Okay, so if I get rid of that... yeah, I was hoping to do a more interesting workshop, but it did look like there were a few bugs in this I need to fix, so I might as well treat that as the workshop as getting this a little bit more into shape. But if there's anything anything interesting you wanted to know more about, or if you wanted a quick demonstration of something, let me know so I can make make this episode a little bit more interesting. Actually, what did it say there? So I need to find all of the instances where I have that variable. Oh, I guess I wasn't using the variable anywhere. Okay. I wonder if I can tidy it up a little bit more by getting rid of that uh yeah, I don't know if I actually need this is ducking variable anymore because I can do this as separate functions. Oh no, it doesn't really matter. That's just a bit of a waste of time. Oh, alias has just ducked. No, let's get rid of that. Let's see if it still compiles. Endless standing. Pick up weapon line 1. Oh. Okay, now I know. Yeah, now I think I know why. There is a reason why I needed has just ducked. It's because we only want to pick up the weapon when there's a weapon on the floor. We don't want to pick it up when we're crawling. We just want to pick it up when we've just ducked. But I think we can fix that by doing it a roundabout way. If well, a better way. If we go Control 1, hit buttons, and then I will go bit test. So this way we can test the button has been hit, and that includes down. So we can just check, have we just hit the joystick down button? Because we're treating the joystick directions as buttons internally. And I'll just make sure that, well, firstly it still compiles, and if it compiles, make sure that that I can still pick up weapons. Whoa. Okay, that was weird. That was a weird one. Oh! I think it's because I'm only compiling one level, and there are various assets that are in... Yeah, I think I've bundled some of the animations, maybe, and then it's confusing it? I don't know. Oh, and... Okay, next, I know what. So the other thing is, the Marine is set as a player. So that the other enemies are able to collide with it. And so what I think is running is this code is this code is running for the Marine. That should also be bit test 0 because if we're not hitting joy down, then we want to return. But we also want to make sure that this never runs on the Marine. So if we go condition, just going to put that back to just compile level 1 because this is the real bug was the actor type is not equals to. Actually, I should go if it is equals to Marine, then we want to return. I'll just put a note there. Prevent Marine from trying to pick up weapons. So that completely breaks things. I'll make a note up here, which is say only pick up weapon on a duck. Okay, so well, at least I hope all of the bugs have been interesting. Okay, so the Marine isn't trying to pick them up anymore. Oh. But it still messed it up when I... Is there a problem with my, Okay, so I can pick up weapons, but it messed up the Marine type when I, That is so weird. It will be to do for each something. Let's review this code. Now, is it refresh UI? I don't think it's actually to do with here. I think it's something to do with this. Or let's try that again. What, instead of going to pick up the gun, I'm going to see if just ducking is the problem, if just ducking by itself is what's messing up the Marine. No, okay, so I can duck. Oh. Still did seem to separate the body from the... But anyway, so if I... So everything's looking good, but if I... Actually, I... Let's try that again, because it didn't seem to happen that time. Maybe it was running an old compilation of it or something weird? Okay, so let's try that again. So I run down here, kill the enemies, try to pick up the guns. No. Oh, okay, I need to change that to begin with. That should be player type. Not actor type. Okay, I think it might have been doing something like it was treating the marine as an item or something like that, and it might have been a combination of just like colliding with the marine when ducking. Get set. Oh, okay, because it's the reload animation because it wasn't filtering on the player type. Make sure that the player type wasn't marine. So hopefully it's all good now. It's been so long since I worked on this seriously that I sort of forget some of these. No, it's still not working. Oh, okay. That should be marine actor, not the tag. Okay, that's something important just to make sure that you're not comparing a type to a tag. So the tag was a marine, but the actor is a marine actor. So if I do player type marine actor, hopefully this time it's going to be good. Okay, that's better. Yep. Just gonna um yes. Actually, I should yeah, I want to use that more vibrant blue for the needler shot. To make it a little bit more visible. Then I'll use that darker blue to do the edges. Hopefully that's not too different. It looks weird. No, it should work. Trying to think if there's anything else I need to fix. No, I think this might be a good place to wrap it up, unless anyone has any last minute questions. So I will look at. Actually, I haven't done a full playthrough. I'm going to do a full playthrough, and then with the angle set to 45 degrees, if there's no problems there, then I'll leave it for the day. But do let me know if you've got any last minute questions, any last minute things you might want to see. Otherwise, I think that might be a good place to wrap it up and see who else is streaming right now. Gun. There seem to be an issue here with the guy spawning not until, like, you know, it's halfway on screen, which is something I thought I'd fixed in scripting. Maybe actually I'll just have a real quick look at that guy's collision box. No, that collision box needs to be wider. Let's that collision box needs to be a lot wider. Okay, so that's why that guy wasn't spawning until, like, you know, he's halfway on screen. Let's so let's make the width 80 so that it's even. That would do. Okay, I won't retest just to fix that one bug, or just to verify that one bug. I think that would be alright. Alright, okay, well that was I mean, I know that wasn't terribly exciting, but there was quite a few minor bugs fixed with Halo 0, so I'll check that in. Oh, actually, before I do that, I should undo setting, put that back to startup, all levels.